Okay, so I'm gonna be kind of doing this lecture style, so I suggest taking notes and ask questions relevant to the topic. So just as the title says, everyone goes, "Oh, I'm not confident, can't speak. How? They want to know how. Too many hows. So I'm gonna try to get you guys there. It's my goal to make this as easy as possible for you guys to be able to boost your confidence. And on top of that, I do have an English Corner VIP class I am putting together. We need 7 more students. The cost will be $24, and you guys will attend 8 classes a month, Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Just FYI. So if you're interested, you can message me and let me know. So English Corner style, so it's not like for a score or anything like that, but I have 3 students that are ready to start Monday. Like we're gonna start Monday regardless, but we're looking for 7 more students to start 8 times a week. $24 for the month. That is $3 a class. And we need 7 more students to join for that. Now that I got that out of the way, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the lesson that I'll be teaching you guys today. So, as you saw, this is going to be something I'm going to give you guys to build vocabulary, affecting your pronunciation as well as your grammar, making sure you're grammatically correct. Practice speaking fluently, whether you're a beginner or looking to refine your English proficiency. This is a class that will help you provide you with practical tips to boost your confidence and communicate effectively in English. You guys do not miss out on this. All right, so let's start. So again, guys, my name is Teacher Grant. I'm glad to be teaching you guys on the English Hub server. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the world of speaking English like a pro. And again, everyone can pronounce things perfectly, but it's grammar that's going to be the nitty-gritty of it, right? So you guys need to make sure that your grammar is up to par, because you can speak perfectly, but if your grammar is crap, then that's a flaw you guys have. So you guys need to be able to know your grammar before you focus on, oh, but my pronunciation is not good. You can have okay pronunciation and your grammar can be perfect. Okay, so 1 second here. All right, so let's get on in there, okay? So to building vocabulary. So let's go ahead and kick things off with vocabulary. You know, like building blocks, it's building blocks that make up our language, right? So building blocks make up our language and help us build what we need to build when it comes to vocab stuff. Give me just a second here. Let me pop this out and let me, there we go. All right, so here are some things you can do. So one trick to beefing up your vocab is to read or watch stuff in English. Watch stuff in English that you love. TV shows, music videos, the news for those who like the news, a good movie, a good novel, movie, or whatever. When it comes to when you come across new words, jot them down and see how you can use them in your own sentences. So if you're not familiar with something that's being said, when it comes to something an actor says in a movie or a character, you guys write those words down and then try to figure out what they mean and then use them in your own sentence. Okay. All right. One second here. So hopefully that is making sense. So any questions so far on this matter? Any questions thus far? Good grammar, yes. Watch things you like, yes. I like how you're taking notes. That's perfect. That's awesome. So yeah, beautiful. So watching English movies or shows with subtitles. You guys can do that as well. So watching a movie with subtitles or yeah, hopefully that gives you more clarity. Playing word games or using vocab apps for fun practice, like Scrabble or even charades or stuff like that. Maybe not charades, but so should I learn vocabulary after grammar? Hey, there's really no perfect order. Just learn learn the way you learn, if that makes sense. Do you. That's what you can do. Do you, be you. You know your own self to make this happen, okay? One second here. All right, so let's move on to the second point. So this class might be a bit short. I talk fast. That's just me. So let's keep it going. Practice your pronunciation. So next we're going to talk about that. So it's like a secret sauce of speaking English like a champ. You got to listen to native speakers and then try to copy their or mimic them. It's all about getting in sync with what they're saying, if that makes sense. So mimicking native speakers sounds, pronunciation of videos, like you can put them on mute, put the closed caption on and do that. I have a lot of students in my class that do this already. I see lots of their videos. I teach kids English, so they'll put it on mute and then they'll read the vocab or they'll see a script and they'll try to speak as I do, which they do a pretty damn good job. Practicing challenging sounds in front of a mirror, recording yourself as well. I want to add that. So practice those challenges in front of a mirror. Oh, I'm shy. I don't know what to say. Yada yada. I'm nervous. They'll laugh at me. Whatever. So practice in front of a mirror. Record yourself. Record yourself when it comes to your practice, so you can review what you do. Right. One cool way, use and this, I've said this again and again. So if you've listened to my lectures in the past, it is what it is. So I may be repeating myself, and that's just what it is. So forgive me for repeating myself if you've been here before. But I feel like you guys ask the same questions over and over again. Listening skills. Now we're gonna, let's talk about how our listening is. It's not just about hearing. It's about really tuning in and understanding what is being said. So a cool way to practice this is by listening to an English podcast or watching videos with English subtitles, so a lot of listening goes a long way. It's amazing what you can do if you stop and listen. If you stop and listen, you'll gain a lot more than speaking while they're speaking. If you listen, you'll get a lot more. You'll gain a lot more knowledge than when trying to speak when you should be listening, if that makes sense. Listen more, speak less. Once you've mastered listening, then you can start speaking. I hope that makes sense. Any questions, jot them in the chat. Let me know. Also in the live chat, you can jot them down there or here. It doesn't really matter. So yeah. Let's see here. Nothing in the chat. Oh, and another thing too, in case you guys who just joined, we're looking for 7 students to start our VIP class. We're starting Monday with 10 or not, but we're looking for 10 students starting Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I don't know what time that will be for your country, but Google will. And I'll be teaching you guys an English corner style lecture kind of class, get you engaged, get you talking about topics. I will have a topic for each class. There will be 8 classes each month, cost $24, 10 students. You guys will be paying $3. Roughly, the cost to you will be about $3 per class. So anyways, back to our lesson. So, but any questions thus far? Any questions? We've covered vocab, we've covered our pronunciation, and we've covered skills, listening skills. So if there's any now questions, I will move on. Our daily speaking practice, I cannot stress this enough. You guys need to get your mind in gear and practice, daily practice. I have no time. That's bull crap. No time. I don't believe you. You can, if you're taking 5 minutes to go grab your coffee, you have time to practice. If you're taking 10 minutes to play the guitar, you have time to practice. I don't want to hear excuses. For those who are that serious, take 10 minutes a day, record your record your day. What did you do today? Where did you go? How was it? Did you eat anything? Did you meet anyone interesting? Practice 10. Writing, I'll get there. Writing is really a spin on on vocab. I mean, I'm not honestly the hottest person about writing, but you just check your work. You know, does it make sense to you? Read it out loud. Ask friends to read your writing. But let's move on. So we're gonna get our mouth moving. Daily practice is where the magic happens, as I just stressed. I just said this, and it says it here. Try describing your day out loud or chatting with your friends in English. The more you talk, the better you'll get. Speaking with friends or family in English, recording yourself, as I've already mentioned, and listening back for improvement, participating in English speaking groups or forums online, learning from mistakes. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop there. Sorry. Participating in English speaking groups or forums online. So go for it, Sam. Go for it. Ask away. Let's talk about only speaking. Sure. Well, I'm not stressing just on speaking. The speaking comes in a full circle with everything else. Speaking is full circle with vocab, with writing, with listening, all that stuff. So yeah, so if you're taking notes in we got good grammar. We got another point here, which is, so let's recap. Okay, we have building vocab. We have practice your pronunciation. We have listening skills. We have daily speaking practice. These are all going to be very key things that will help you speak. No one's going to be a pro, but to basically boost your English confidence. I love your notes. They should be paying you for your notes, Sinar. They definitely should, because you're doing it for them. And if they say, but I don't know, take these notes, copy them, guys. Good points. Yes. I like what you're doing. Yay! Deep is not a spammer anymore. In case you're running about my random rant, Deep is a mod here, an awesome mod. Every time he was sending the message, it was coming up as spam. I don't know what he was doing, but Discord thought he was a spammer, but he's not anymore. All right. Before I move on, guys, before I move on, are there any questions based on what Sinar has jotted down? Because I think what he's jotted down are very solid points. Good grammar is it's one of the, it's kind of like a stepping stone to your pronunciation. Good grammar is a stepping stone in the right direction to being able to improve your pronunciation. So get good at grammar, then focus on becoming an actor or actress. You know, the only reason, and this is just my 2 cents, the only reason why you should improve your accent is if you want to be the next James Bond, or if you want to be the next Sean Connery. I don't know. You guys don't even know who he is. Or the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, whatever. Improve your accent that way. You know, you can mimic accents like, you know, my real accent, you know, no one knows. I've just been pretending that I'm from California, but I'm really not from California. I'm from Houston, Texas. And my papa and my grandpapa own a farm, and we've been growing it for 100 years. Now, obviously, that's not my accent. That's just showing you that anyone can mimic an accent. But as you heard, my grammar ain't perfect if I talk like this. They all think that we just say, you know, not very smart. But anyways, going on. Stop thinking about accents, focus pronunciation. Watch things you like. If you watch things, I'm happy to hear that, Sinar. Get into the VIP class, 24 bucks, 24 bucks, 8 classes. VIP classes start Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I don't know what other countries you guys are in, but that would be 10 p.m. Vietnam time. That would be 5 p.m. Ukraine time. I can tell you that. So Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 8 classes a month, 24 bucks, looking for 10 students. We don't have 10 students. The tuition will be just a little bit more, but you won't be paying more than $6 a class. So I think that's a hell of a good deal. All right, now enough of me just advertising my class. Let's keep going. Before Deep goes, what are you doing? All right, so we've talked about pronunciation, we talked about listening, we talked about speaking. So, learning from mistakes. So, you know, everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes because I rant too much. Deep knows I rant. If somebody came in and asked, hey, let's be friends, I probably would rant off and say why. I have a way for you to pay, Sinar. I have a way for you to pay if you're interested. So you can pay on the Discord subscription, Sinar. Send me a message. And now off of my tangent here. So Sinar, please send me a message. I will give you all the information needed, okay? If you really are interested. Okay. Well, no, Deep, I'm just teasing because I'll go way off on a tangent and it won't make any sense. I ranted about the whole YouTube thing, questioning the guy having 4 million subscribers. So, anyways, so short and sweet, Sinar, send me a message. Make sure if I forget it's you, just say, hey, I want your VIP class, and I'll know that I know what you're talking about. But I have a way for you to pay. If you're able to pay Discord subscriptions, then you'll be able to pay for my class. It will be a little bit more. I am doing awesome, Lucida. How are you? I'm going on a random tangent and not focusing on the class, but I'm trying to get back to it before I get sidetracked again. Anyways, let's move on. Awesome. All right, learning from mistakes. So they are not roadblocks, but they're stepping stones. Okay, everybody makes mistakes. You guys, I know you're not up on stage, but I want you to repeat that phrase. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect except for me. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is not perfect except for me. Well, that's the only truth. I never make mistakes. I'm perfect. So, yes, everyone makes mistakes. We all make many, many mistakes. Life mistakes, relationship mistakes, school mistakes, work mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. So, here is how you can embrace those slip ups and use them as fuel to get better. All right, you're going to use these mistakes as fuel, as energy, because those mistakes are sorry, I can't say, I'm tongue-tied myself. Those mistakes are going to help you become the person you want to be, because without those mistakes, you cannot learn from them. Therefore, you'll make those mistakes without learning from the mistakes that you could have made. So with mistakes becomes perfection, if that makes sense. Mistakes can turn into perfection, can make things better. So, funny enough, you can make a mistake journal. So write a mistake journal. I'm not going to say the profanities, but I messed up. I screwed up because I let the dog out thinking he'd come back, or I was horrible with my punctuation. I had a long run-on sentence. I cheated on my wife. Or whatever, sorry. Anything could be a mistake. So, they can learn from the mistakes. Okay. Seeking feedback from friends or teachers on your speaking. So get feedback. I had a student who messaged me. She's joining high school. So in China, she's like, oh, I need to do really good in my pronunciation, where I just kind of told her, and I could talk to her like I talk to you guys, but a little bit slower. She's entering, I think, grade 9, and she has to score high on her pronunciation to get into a good high school. Honestly, those apps are ridiculous, and I could go on a tangent and rant about that, but I won't. I'm losing my point. So I told her to read the passage that she read. And of course, there's minor mistakes. Honestly, she read it very good, very well. See, I said that mistake. Very good. You don't say very good, very well. Good job. Read it very well. Not read it very good. There's a difference. That's a whole another class about confusing words and all that. That will be for another class another day. Good versus well. Good job. Very well done. Not very good done. Anyways, celebrate each mistake as a sign of progress. So it might not make sense, but celebrate your mistakes. Celebrate your mistakes. Make them achievable. Make them work. Okay? Let's see. Let's move on. And I'm sure Sinar is having a lovely time taking my notes. I wish I could take notes on myself sometimes, because I forget everything I say. I say great things, and then if you say, what was that? I go, I have no idea. I don't know what I said. I need to have help me out, guys, with the vocab. What's the person that types everything in the courtroom? She types everything that's said in the courtroom. She's like a very fast typer. What's that called? Yes, thank you, Amy. A stenographer. Yeah. So I want to actually put on that point. So I couldn't think of the word, right? So I get that question asked a lot, and I just gave the perfect example. So I could not think of I couldn't think of the word stenographer, or I think it's like, I think that's the word. Yeah. So I couldn't think of the word. So now I have a question for the audience. What did I do? What did I do? I can't say it. Steganographer, yes. Or steganographer, I think is also how you say it. Okay, so anyways, the perfect example is I could not think of that word. I'm like, oh, I don't know what that word is. So I asked, oh, it's a person that types everything in a courtroom. So I could describe that vocab word, but I couldn't think of the word. So if you cannot think, this is maybe not part of the lecture, but it's good feedback. If you can't think of the word, then describe the word. A steganographer, because I think it's the actual person. She's a steganographer, which is somebody who types everything in the courtroom. They don't miss a beat. If somebody coughs, they write cough. If somebody says they write like every single little word is typed. My stepmom used to do that when she had a job. She's a hell of a fast typer. So, oh yeah, so by the way, Sinar is asking you guys to take notes for him. I think somebody can step up and continue that. So whatever I just ranted about the vocab and describing, put that in his notes. I think these notes are going to be gold mines for you guys. All right, let's keep it going, guys. All right, so that was an extra thing for me anyway. So can't think of a word, describe it. All right, now we have fluency over perfection. All right, fluency. Oh, you're back. So Sinar, I just ranted about if you don't know what the vocab word is, describe the vocab word. That's basically what you missed. But I think you got the gist of that. So that's the only thing I added to the mix there. Don't know a word, describe it, because I couldn't think of the word steganographer. I couldn't think of that word. But I just gave an example. I didn't actually know I was giving an example until I did it. And anyways, let's keep going. So fluency over perfection. All right, fluency is our goal, not perfection. So fluency is our goal here, not perfection. It's about getting your message across, even if you stumble a bit. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat it. Okay? Like, don't think too much about it. All right. Just keep the conversation flowing. All right. Too many ums, ahs, and pauses aren't going to help you, in this regards. So sorry. Just for those who are joining, welcome. You're at the halfway point. Sinar has been gracious enough to jot down some notes. So I don't know who has just joined, but I'm just going to do a quick recap on what he's written down. So in short, we're talking about building and boosting our confidence in English. Good grammar is important before your pronunciation, in my opinion. Watch things you like. If you come across something that's unknown, like an unknown word that you don't know, look it up, use it, utilize it. Record your voice and correct your mistakes when you're practicing. Speak in front of a mirror. Where's my phone? Use your phone, record yourself. Every single phone has a recording device. Okay? Use subtitles when you're listening or watching podcasts. For those who need them, use them. Please use English. I suggest English unless it's absolutely necessary to use your native tongue. Okay. Daily practice is important. The more you talk, the better you're going to get. Speak in groups, speak with friends, speak with family. Try to learn from your mistakes. Write down your mistakes. Make a journal. Get feedback from your friends, family, and teachers. I love my cheat sheet, by the way. Thank you, Sinar. And then last but not least, I'm sure he's jotting it down. If you cannot think of something of a word that you're trying to say, describe it, as in the example I gave above. Also, another plug is I have this live stream going. So you guys can watch the stream later on. All right. Now, again, coming up on fluency over perfection, focus on clear communication over. It does kind of sound like oxymoron because I'm like saying like it says focusing on clear communication over perfect grammar. Now, your grammar doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be understandable. I am good English speaker. Now, that is understandable, but it's just really, really bad grammar. Now, in certain cases, your grammar doesn't need to be at the level of perfection, okay? So, but in my opinion, you need to at least have the foundations behind your pronunciation and speaking, okay? Use filler words, but don't use them all the time. For example, don't use them like every single. See, I just did the us. Like, don't use them every single time. If you can't think of or you know, well, however, I was thinking about doing something, but what I saw what I saw happening was that it was raining outside. Therefore, I wasn't able to go out and have dinner. So if you can think of those kinds of pauses, that will help your fluency become better. But I just said filler words like and to keep the conversation going. But like don't use them religiously, if that makes sense. Practice speaking without worrying about mistakes. So don't think too hard. Okay. You're going to make mistakes. That's going to happen. All right. You're going to make mistakes. All right. Hopefully that's understandable. Let's see here. I'm past my time. Celebrating each mistake as a sorry, I'm losing my place now. Yeah, so practice without worrying about mistakes. Okay. I talked about this a lot, so I'm not going to go into much detail. You guys can watch my other lives where I may or may not have talked about it without ranting too much. Some of my lives, I rant too often. So we're going to, idioms and phrasal verbs are like secret codes with us. Start speaking them in your conversation to add some badass, if that makes sense. Again. So learn the idioms and phrasal verbs in context. Use them every day. I mean, not every day. Like nobody really uses them like every day, but it's just kind of fun to know. Okay, so that's all I'm really gonna say about idioms and phrasal verbs. And again, this is regarding like boosting your confidence and stuff like that. So I think I'm about finished for now. I'll have to do a part 2. There's still some I wanted to go through, but my time is running into an end. I have some other things to do. Actually, I want to play a game. I'm gonna play some Pal Wars. You guys know what Pal? Yeah, Sinar, you're awesome. I'll send notes for you. Hey, and also Prometheus, if you can hear me, you can watch the video. You can watch the live. You can replay it. So actually, guys, I'm gonna kind of leave you on a cliffhanger. There is a part 2 that I will go through with about, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 more points for a different time, a different day, which I don't know what that would be. So with that said, And with that said, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Oh no, hold on one second here. 1 second. So yeah, you guys can watch the live. I will do a part 2 continuing the series as I got other things to do, which is I want to play Power Wars. Power World, sorry. Is it Power Wars or Power World? Anyways, so I'm going to play. So, any questions before I venture off? Sinar, I will look for your message. I will find a way for you to pay for tuition. And anyone else that's interested in the class, we start Monday. Oh, you're awesome, Sinar. Hopefully you're here for my part 2. You're a good note taker. That's awesome. I think you should let everyone in general chat know what they missed. So for those who want to join the VIP classes, again, starts Monday and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Vietnam time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Ukraine time. It will be an English corner style. We're not studying for IELTS or anything like that. These are for students who just generally want to improve their English. Yeah, thank you, Sinar, again for taking those notes. That's an awesome job. You are a very helpful classmate to them. If they do not copy your notes and save them and not use them, then I don't know. I think they're a lost cause, especially if you're spoon feeding them notes. Any questions, guys, before I go? Here's applause. Can I do a clapping sound for you guys? Hold on. Can I do clapping? Can I do a clapping sound? I don't know how to do a clapping sound. Oh well. I thought I could do like I mute music. Oh, that's the music sound. Let's see. No, I guess I can't. Oh, I was looking for an applause sound. You're awesome, Sinar. All right, guys, I am going to officially end the stream before you wonder what's going on. So I'm going to hit stop the live. Thank you, everyone. To Kevin, Hannah, Emira, Gassar, Alicia, Mr. V, Jeff, Sinar, Prometheus, Amy, Ayana, Icy, Scam Love. I'm kind of iffy about you. Also, Scam Love even talk. Noria, thank you, everybody. I will end the live now. And